So yesterday, the TGL staff released episode number 1 of our top 25 Madden players heading into Madden 25. Today, we're going to reveal the next 10 players on the list, and if the reactions from yesterday's video is any indication about what's to come, I can't wait to see what's going to happen next.
So we got a tie for number 19.
Number 18, which would be 18 and 19, but it's
18 and
a tie.
19. So we got True Statement.
Yeah, I definitely came on late. He's
I think you gotta give him the newcomer of the year.
Yeah, because in Vegas he was running all the Green Bay shit, and it was his own mistake while he lost out there. And then he definitely had the hottest O on NCAA 14.
They both, True Statement eliminated me from the second New Jersey tournament, and Secret eliminated me from Vegas when I missed that field goal. So, I mean, True Statement is definitely one of the most up and coming players. I think he's gonna make a name this year. We all know the resume is Secret. He's just one of the top 5 players ever. So.
I mean, it's like
he was just saying he really hates this number.
I really wanted to put True higher than I did. I had him at number 14. I really would have loved to have put him even higher. He really is the best at NCAA, better than anyone, I think, this year's NCAA.
I personally didn't have True on my list. I had Secret on my list, though. I had Secret at 24. He went to one tourney, Final 8. He hasn't been around in a couple years, and he just comes to one tourney in like 3 years, and just Final 8's the biggest tourney of the year. I think that shows that he can still play the game. He still has the mind for it. He was doing different stuff too than everyone else. He was running some different formations.
See, that's the one thing that I don't see as, a guy that's not in the tournament community, but I just bet on the games. I thought the same thing. I thought, this dude hasn't been around forever. Comes in, and how the hell does he get to Final 8 in Vegas just like that?
It's the mindset and the name. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of players, when you sit down at a tournament, oh shit, I'm playing Secret. Because, you see him on Madden Nation. You saw him.
But then again, he's disappeared for a few years. So
it doesn't matter. It's a mindset to some of the
people who
gamers. It's
do
the same
it,
thing when you
yeah.
play Problem. It's hard, especially if it's your first tourney or second tourney. You know the guys, but you
a lot of people do play the name rather than the game. So.
And number 17, we got Takeaway, who I think 2 years ago was the Rookie of the Year.
Takeaway still, he made like 3 Final Fours, I think, in Madden 13. So he's waiting. He's on the edge of winning his first tournament. But I mean, he's the guy that brought the overplus A gap defense in Madden 13.
I mean, Takeaway. It feels like Takeaway. There's always a big play in every tournament he goes to, whether it was the kick return on Will in the Final 8 in Ohio to win the game with like 8 seconds left, or the pick 6 by Della. He's always in some kind of wild play.
That was crazy. I saw the Della one on the stream.
Yeah.
I got the chance
I don't think
to
that
play
he came up with the 4-3 over plus, because Smith did that in Madden 93 on his second game. I don't think so.
To add to that Takeaway point about the big plays at the end, when we played in Jersey the second tournament, he threw a touchdown as time expired to beat me. So yeah.
I personally got to play with Takeaway in the Crew in Harrisburg this past year, and he won his games for the most part. The only games he didn't win were against Evil Ken. I guess Evil Ken just had his number this year, but the thing with him, a lot of people say that he's more of an online player than an offline player. So like T. Davis said, he's just waiting to break through and win his first tournament.
Yeah, he could do it this year for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 16, we got Neff.
Been doing it for years.
I mean,
the thing about Neff,
he's done everything you can do in the Madden community, really.
Yeah, he went to the finals in the tournament I won, but he brought like the Bengals out and ran like single back ace pair cheese. Like he's always just unique, does different stuff. That's why he's always like the best.
Yeah, he's always been his own player. Even I remember playing him back on PS2. He just ran just the most random stuff and it just worked. Like he's just a smart player.
Yeah, runs the ball, plays the clock, real smart.
Yep.
Kind of reminds me a player up and coming now, who we'll get to later on the list. Someone that is good at clock management. He's a real smart player. Kind of always he plays his own way. He runs a lot of different formations. So he kind of reminds me of him for a new tier type of guy.
Yeah. I was always wondering where was Neff at VG?
Yeah,
I don't think he went.
Yeah, he wasn't. He didn't go.
I don't think he went out there.
Fucking sorry, dog. You don't want no fucking sauce. No fucking way fucking God. Fucking God, boy. I got a fucking stack. A stack. I'm being dead ass.
Tied for 14 with Guru would be Jeter, so they hold the 14 and 15 spot together.
Right.
I just want to apologize to the Madden community first. My fault that Jeter blew up like this in this past summer. I gave him that tournament win. I feel responsible for.
I just want to say this, Jeter, you suck. Keep your hunger. You'll never be good. And you were 1-30 versus me last year, and you're going bald like Brusque.
Oh, damn.
And there it is.
Oh, man.
And stop popping pills.
Yeah,
my favorite mode though.
Jeter's Twitter page gotta be the most annoying. That dude's the worst to follow.
That's what I said right before we started doing this video.
Yeah, you're gonna talk about Vegas, right?
Oh yeah, that was the greatest moment I've ever seen of Jeter. Started crying in Vegas. It was the
what? He cried again.
I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna go that far.
Oh, it's too late now.
Jeter,
wow.
He felt like he had the easy road and.
Hey, but I will say one thing. Jeter plays smart,
though. And that was a bad moment, man. I'm sorry.
He was so salty when he
saw B-Tep and he shit his pants.
He saw Tep all roided
Ohio
out.
Buckeye fan 85. I'm sorry, man. That was a hell matchup.
Hey, but Jeter plays smart, and even though the people say he had an easy road, he won a tournament. Can't take it away from him. So
can't take it away from him.
He is a good player. There's no doubting that.
I don't really got nothing else for you besides that you have a huge forehead and I pull a lot more bitches than you. I mean, just look at me. It's crazy. Just look at you, Tyler. You're just not. It's just not it, man. It's just not it, dog.
And then even the next person, Guru. When I first saw him in Atlanta, had dots everywhere against Mo. And it was a hell game back and forth. He was a player, I thought.
Guru, I think, was maybe, even though we did this and he did land at that number, tied for 15 or 14, whatever, I think he was one of the most underrated players anytime it came to betting on these streams or in these tournaments. Nobody gave this dude credit.
He's a new guy. No one's seen him before this year, so... He's
actually been around. He's been around for a while, but he's not been at like the big stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I saw him in Atlanta playing with the Redskins, doing all that, he had a cool offense. I thought he was cool to watch, and yeah, he had a good year.
Okay, so now we're going to go to number 13, which is the dude that went to the finals in the VG tournament and lost a problem, which is Sal.
I actually had this guy number 2 on my list. Just because he took home 40 G's in Vegas.
I personally don't even think he should be on the list at all. I mean, I love Sal. He's a nice guy. I just don't think he's a good Madden player. And I think his whole run to the finals was even fluke. I mean, he beat me in Vegas. I don't want to talk about it, but whatever. Someone else talk about him.
He beat good competition in Vegas, though. He beat you, and then he beat Will, and then, you know what I mean? He had not an easy road.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I had him like around 20 on my list, but he won 40 racks. Can't knock it.
No, you can't knock that. And he seemed like...
Davis, where'd you have him on the list?
Around like 20.
I had him at 25 because I said to myself that I couldn't leave him off just because he took second.
And his nickel big bang, it was kind of cute that he was running on defense. I'll give him that.
Yeah, his defense wasn't bad, but I just think his offense was suspect. He threw like 3 picks for his problem. That was just kind of ugly.
But here's the crazy thing. He was an onside kick away from winning that thing.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
But it just seemed like he got outplayed like a lot.
And if he won that, if he would have won, what would that have done for like people's opinions?
The captain had beat Dynasty in 09. People would have been like, "Oh, this guy I haven't heard of won." Like, smart player. He just knew how to play the game.
He brought his A game at the most important time of the year. You got to get some credit for that.
So yeah.
So moving on to number 12, we got Havoc.
Havoc is I'm gonna Havoc gets fisted on the Havoc gets fisted daily, but on a serious note, he's one of the he plays smart Madden, good clock management. Just like I said earlier, he reminds me of Neff.
Yeah, he had a good year.
More catchphrases here in Madden than he's won Madden tournaments.
Yeah, he had a great run in Harrisburg up until the finals versus Jagger, where he was a 2-point conversion away from winning. But I think he made a Final Four in Atlanta too. I don't know, but he had a good year.
Yeah, plus he did a great job for TGL with all the tournament he ran.
Absolutely.
Remember, like almost every night we were having tournaments for $10, and he was just on point, advancing that shit, and any problem that came up, he took care of it right away.
He was amazing.
That was
one of the nicest guys in the community. Also,
I agree
for sure.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah,
and he's a pain to play though. I hated facing him this year.
He runs so many formations.
Oh, dude, yeah, playing him, dude, sucks because all those read options and all that type of shit. Oh man.
So number 11. This is going to be an interesting one. We got Vicko, which is a guy that I had at number 6.
I had him at 4. I mean, once again, I was VG heavy, but I mean, the kid, I played him in Atlanta and I beat him, but the kid was solid throughout the entire game. Played it perfectly. What'd you say?
I said you had to drop that, right?
Yeah, I know. I had to drop that, of course. You know, give me a little credit, but I do believe I was higher on this list, Kyle, than you, so you can hush.
I mean, I think he's a good player. I don't respect the way he plays, though. Like, he can't throw the ball to save his life, and that's kind of a problem to me, because there's going to be someone that can stop the run, and if they stop the run, he was always kind of screwed himself, because he couldn't make the proper reads to move the ball down the field without running the ball.
Yeah, I had him 14 on my list. I don't know. I kind of like the way he plays. I mean, I agree with that. He needs to be able to pass when you get deep into the tournament, but he plays smart, runs the ball. I mean, he played. He obviously did real good in Vegas, and then the Atlanta tournament in June when he made the finals, he played good all day. Like he beat Havoc. I think he beat Baboogs or something. He beat a couple good people. So
I mean, but let's be honest, Davis. I'll even toot your horn here. How well did he play in that finals game? Honestly.
Yeah, he didn't play too good.
I mean, how many picks did he throw? Because he couldn't run the ball.
Yeah, I know, but hey, he made the finals. He won money.
Right, exactly. You got to get there to win it.
Yeah.
If you want to relate like Sal, I mean, he made his money off the game, so I guess give respect for that.
Yeah, exactly.
So there you have it. We now only have 10 players left in the top 25, which we're going to reveal tomorrow on the same day of the Madden 25 early release. You're definitely not going to want to miss tomorrow's episode. We have a big announcement at TGL that involves the entire tournament community.